Advaita. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Thursday. It is 28th of August. It is Bhadra Masa or Rishikesha Masa, Sukla Paksham and the Panchami Tithi. So there is one event today. So today is the appearance day of Srimati Sita Thakurani. So he is the concept of Advaita Acharya. So we shall read few lines about Sita Mataji. Can I request Meena Mataji to read these first two paragraphs, please? Hare Krishna, Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Srimati Srita Thakurani holds significant place in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, revered not only as the eternal wife of Sri Advaita Acharya, but also as a divine mother to the entire universe. Her life, filled with deep spiritual connection, material affection, and unvarying devotional, is a beautiful testament to the pivotal role in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna himself. Divine Original and Marriage. Sita Thakurani was born as the daughter of Sri Narsingha Baduri, a deeply spiritual figure. She was married to Sri Advaita Acharya in Fuliva Nagar, a union that was divinely ordained. As per the Ganesh Deepika, she is considered to be an incarnation of Yogamaya, the divine energy that orchestrates the Lord pastime. In Krishna consciousness, Sita Thakurani is considered to be an incarnation of Yogamaya,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
illustrating her eternal connection with the Lord in his various incarnations. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thanks for last your voice. Thank you so much, Mataji. So can I request Swarup Prabhuji to read the next paragraph, please?
Sure, bro. Hare Krishna. Sita Thakurani and the birth of Lord Chaitanya. One of the most revered aspects of Srila Thakurani's life was her deep maternal affection towards Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Her connection with him began from the moment of his birth. When Jagannatha Mishra, the father of Sri Chaitanya, saw signs of the Lord's imminent arrival, he sent word to Advaita Acharya in Shantipura. Upon hearing the joyous news, Advaita Acharya sent his wife, Sita Thakurani, to Mayapur to witness the birth of the child. Arriving with great auspiciousness, Sita Thakurani brought with her a variety of gifts, including silk garments, golden ornaments, and other sacred items, which she offered to the divine child. She immediately recognized the transcendental nature of the newborn, seeing in him the same Krishna of Gokula. Her heart overflowed with maternal affection, and she blessed the baby with long life and good fortune. In her loving concern, she also named him Nimai, a name that would protect him from any malevolent forces. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. And can I request Joy Mataji to read next paragraph?
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Maternal guidance and care. Sita Thakurani's role extended beyond her initial visit. She regularly visited the house of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi to help care for the young Nimai. Her knowledge and experience in child rearing, coupled with her divine intuition, made her a vital figure in his upbringing. She offered invaluable guidance to Sachi Devi, advising her on how to care for her extraordinary son. The two women were united in their love and devotion to Nimai, and Sita Thakurani's frequent visits created a bond between the families that transcended mere friendship. During Nimai's childhood and youth, Sita Thakurani and Advaita Acharya continued to play crucial roles in his life. When Nimai's older brother, Vishwarup, took sannyas and left the family, the grief-stricken Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi found solace in the comforting words and support of Advaita Acharya and Sita Thakurani. Their unwavering presence helped the family cope with the loss. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. And can I request if Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji is available to read next paragraph? He is not available. Saranya Mataji, would you like to read next paragraph? Usha Mataji, would you like?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you. Devotion to Lord Chaitanya. Sita Thakurani's devotion to Lord Chaitanya was boundless. Even as he grew into his divine mission, she remained an integral part of his life. Advaita Acharya and Sita Thakurani were present when the Lord began his Kirtan pastimes, spreading the Sankirtan movement. They prayed fervently for his well-being and supported him in his divine mission to uplift the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. After Lord Chaitanya took sannyasa, the separation from him deeply affected his mother Sachi Devi. Sita Thakurani stayed with her 4 days, consoling her in her time of grief. When the Lord eventually returned to Santipura after his sannyas, it was Sita Thakurani's cooking that nourished him. Her Vatsalya Prema, parental affection for the Lord was so deep that he accepted her offering with the same love and respect he showed his mother Sachi Devi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Please get next paragraph and Asha Mataji, would you like to read next paragraph, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Sita Thakurani's legacy. Sita Thakurani and Advaita Acharya had 3 sons, Achyutananda, Krishna Mishra, and Gopala Mishra. Each of their sons followed in the spiritual footsteps of their parents, becoming dedicated followers of Lord Chaitanya. Her legacy as Yogamaya, the divine energy that facilitates the Lord's pastimes, underscores her importance in both Krishna Leela and Gauri Leela. Through her actions, Sita Thakurani's exemplified the perfect devotee whose life is dedicated entirely to the service of the Lord and his devotees. Her maternal affection for Lord Chaitanya, as well as her active involvement in the spiritual lives of others, cements her position as a central figure in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition.
Thank you, Mataji. So, conclusion. So, Sita Thakurani's life is a shining example of devotion, love, and spiritual wisdom. As the eternal consort of Advaita Acharya and the Divine Mother of Lord Chaitanya, she played as indispensable role in the Lord's earthly pastimes. Her compassion, care, and dedication not only nurtured the young Nimai but also helped spread the teachings of devotion and love throughout the world. Her story continues to inspire generations of devotees to this day, and she is rightfully worshipped as one of the most revered figures in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So that is about Sita Thakurani, who is the concept of Advaita Acharya's appearance day. Okay, that is from the event's perspective. We shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Rishi, so he's speaking to Vijaya about the creation, how the elements, the pradhana, prakriti, and then later on Mahatattva. From Mahatattva is the this Mithya Hankara, the false exhibits, and then through the three different qualities of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. From the goodness, all the demigods and mind get generated, and from the mode of passion, indriyas, they get generated, and from the mode of ignorance, the sound which is generated. And then from that sound, the sky, and then corresponding tanmatra and corresponding panchbhuta, they get generated. In such a way, later on, with the mix of Lord's glance and the time, and also Maya Amsha Yogena. So Maya Amsha Yogena, that mixture of time, Lord's potency. So in due course of time, the mixture of the sound and sky, later on air get produced. So that is the sense of touch and then air. So likewise, tanmatra and panchbhuta. Indriyas generated from mode of passion and then from mode of ignorance. So all these get generated further. So likewise, gradually, we get the 20 elements. So indriyas are coming into 10 of them. One is the jnanendriyas and 5 is the karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, 5 tanmatras, 5 panchbhutas. Likewise, 20 elements get generated. So mind generated from the mode of goodness. So there, and then further, so yesterday he was mentioning about the from the that is the generation of the fire and also generation of the water. So in that sequence, we Maitreya Muni was speaking. Anilopi vikurvano nabasuburu bhalanvitaha sasajjarupa tanmatram jyotirlokasya lochanam. Sasajjarupa tanmatram jyotirlokasya lochanam. So, and then from the air, and then vikurvano, the air is mixed with that transformation by the glands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the form gets generated. That is form and also the fire. Form is the rupa and then fire, jyotihi. So they get generated. And then further, in the similar way, anilena anvitam jyotihi vikurvat paravikshitam adatambho rasamayam kalamaya amshayogataha. Later on, water and also the taste, they get generated. One is the tanmatra or the sense perception, and the other one is the panchibhuta, they get generated. So likewise, in the further, he is mentioning about the fifth element, the fifth set is the smell and the earth, they get generated. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 5 and verse number 36. ज्योतिषा अम्भानुसंसृष्टं विकुर्वद् ब्रह्मवीक्षितं महीं गुणाम् आधात् कालमाय अंशयोगतः ज्योतिषा अम्भ अनुसंसृष्टं ज्योतिषा अम्भ अनुसंसृष्टं ज्योतिषा is the Agni Jyotisha is the Agni, and Ambaha, the water, Anusamsprushtam, and that's created. After that, Vikurvat Brahma Vikshitam. And due to that transformation, Brahma Vikshitam, by glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Mahim Gandha Gunam Adat. Mahim Gandha Gunam Adat. Mahim is earth. Gandha is the smell. Gunam, that is the qualification of that is the smell. Adhat, and there it was also created. Kala Maya Amsha Yogataha. The Kala is eternal time, Maya external energy, Amsha particularly Yogataha by intermixture. So likewise, all these five elements and five tanmatras, five panchbhutas got created gradually everywhere. There is a Lord intervention where there is a transformation takes place. ज्योतिषाम्भो अनुसंस्मृष्टं विकुर्वात् ब्रह्मवीक्षितं महीं गन्ध गुणामाधात् कालमाया अंशयोगतः. So translation, thereafter the water produced from electricity was glanced over by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and mixed with eternal time and external energy. Thus, it was transformed into the earth, which is qualified primarily by smell. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Saranya Mataji if available to the purport?
Hare Krishna. From the descriptions of physical elements in the above verses, it is clear that in all stages the glance of the Supreme is needed with other additions and alternations. In every transformation, the last finishing touch is the glance of the Lord, who acts as a painter does when he mixes different colors to transform them into a particular color. When one element mixes with another, the number of its qualities increases. For example, the sky is the cause of air, and the sky has only one quality, namely sound. But by the interaction of the sky with the glance of the Lord mixed with eternal time, and the external nature, the air is produced, which has two qualities, sound and touch. Similarly, after the air is created, the interaction of the sky and air, touched by time, the external energy of the Lord produces electricity. Next, the interaction of electricity with air and sky mixed with the time, the the external energy and the Lord's glance over them produces water. In the final stage of sky, there is one quality, namely sound. In the air, two qualities, sound and touch. In the electricity, three qualities, namely sound, touch, and form. In the water, four qualities, sound, touch, form, and taste. And in the last stage of physical development, the result is earth, which has all five qualities, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Although they are different mixture of different material, such mixture do not takes place automatically. Just as a mixture of colors does not take place automatically without the touch of living painter, the the automatic system is factually activated by glancing touch of the Lord. Living consciousness is the final word in all physical changes. This fact is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 9.10 as follows. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam hedunanena kaunteya jagat vibari vartade. The conclusion is that the physical element may work very wonderfully to the layman's eye, but their workings actually takes place under the supervision of the Lord. Those who can mark only the changes of the physical elements and cannot perceive the hidden hand of the Lord behind them are certainly less intelligent persons, although they may be advertised as great material scientists. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is describing how these descriptions of the physical elements in the above verses. It is clear that in all stages, the glance of the Supreme is needed with the other additions and alterations. So similarly, we can day to day we live in that one. So We have been in the child body, baby body. We keep growing. So there are always, every moment, there are transformations happening within our body. Etat kshetram samasena sarikaram budahurtam. So every moment we breathe and we drink and we eat, and transformations always keep going on. So this is because the consciousness, the living force with the consciousness is present. Okay, so and also that one is also there because the Lord is also present. भूतेन्द्रिय अंतःकरणात् प्रधान जीव संजितात् आत्मा तथा पृथक् द्रष्टा भगवान ब्रह्म संजितः. So the living entity and the presence of the Lord. So they both exist here. That's why all these things taking place. So from the beginning, from the mode of ignorance. So here, in the later on in the 26th chapter, it is described there. It is similar kind of explanations, but from each and every tanmatra, what are the symptoms of that particular tanmatra and how it helps. So tamasati vikurvana bhagad viri chodita sabdhamatram abhutasmat nabaha srotram tu sabdhagam. Nabaha srotram tu sabdhagam. So from the mode of ignorance, this sound get generated, and this sound is the quality of the sky. Sabdhamatra abhustasmad nabaha srotram tu sabdhagam. So from there, how it describes adhashriyatvam shabdasya drashtulingatvam evacha tanmatratvam cha nabhaso lakshanam kavayo viduhu adhashriyatvam shabdasya. So from the sound, one can understand different kinds of symptoms or qualities. Drashtur lingatvam evacha. One can identify himself, his real identity. Drashtur lingatvam. His real existence by hearing the sound vibrations. That is the quality of the sound. That's why Vedas are called Shrutis. One who approaches the Shrutis, then he understands his real constitutional position. That is the Tanmatratvam Chanabhaso Lakshanam Kavyo Viduhu. The great learned people, they speak like that. So likewise, this one is described by the Kapil Bhagavan. So here Maitreya Muni is speaking the same knowledge to Vidura. The same it has been described by Krishna and also Kapil Bhagavan. He also described Maitreya Muni only speaks the conversations between Kapila and Devhuti to the Vidura. But here, he will, when he later explains, he also adds some more symptoms of each and every tanmatra. So from the sound vibrations, so it is sabdhasya drashto lingatvam evacha, one can understand. And from the next is spasha of touch. So he can feel mrudatvam katinatvam cha saityam ushnatvam evacha. He feels soft or hard, whether it is hot or cold, like that. And then further, it is the form. That is form is the rupa. Dravyakrititum gunata vikti samstatvam evacha tejastvam tejasah sadhya rupa matrasya vrittayah. So it is the form and also quality and also the personalization of an object that can be perceived through the third tanmatra, that is the rupa. And then further is the qualities of the water or the taste. It is described, the taste is it is described like the kashayo mudraha tiktaha katwamla iti naikada bhautikānam vikārena rasa eko vibhijyate. And it can be perceived the sweet and sweet, bitter and sour and salty. Likewise, different 6 kinds of shadruchis. So they will be perceived through the taste. And also further the smell. And also this water, kledanam pindanam truptihi prana apyayanam dhanam tapapanada bhuyastvam amboso vrittai strimaha. And this by drinking the water, kledanam pindanam truptihi. So it is the touching or getting the wetness, kledanam pindanam. And it just, if you just mix with some kind of flour, it will make that one as a big solid dough. Pindanam truptihi. And then satisfaction. When we drink the water, these are satisfaction. These are different kinds of symptoms of the water. And also by the smell. So gandha matram abhustasmat prithvi granastu gandhagaha karamba puti saurabhya stanta ugra amladibhi prutak dravyavaiva vaishamyad gandha eko vibhijyate. So karamba is the mishra gandha and the puti is bad smell. Saurabhya, and it is a very beautiful fragrant smells. All these are coming from the different symptoms of objects from different. This can be perceived through the smell. So likewise, later on he explains. So in later on, finally he concludes that parasya drusyate dharmo hi aparasmin samanvayat ato vishesha bhavanam bhumau eva upalakshate. Parasyate drusyate dharmo hi, because parasya, which is the cause, and drusyate dharmo hi aparasmin samanvayat, and the effect is the later one, cause is the previous one. For example, the sky is the cause and effect is the air, and air is the cause, third one is the form, the rupa is the effect, and rupa is the cause, and then effect is the this is the taste or the sense of what is. Likewise, it is gradual. So, parasya drusyate dharmo hi aparasmin samanvayat. Parasya is the previous one, aparasmin is the later one. So, later one contains the qualities of a previous one as well. That's why ato vishesho bhavanam bhumau eva upalakshate. Whatever the later one, last created object, that is the earth, it contains all the previous elements, qualities, and everything else. So likewise, Prabhupada has been describing in every transformation, the last finishing touch is the glance of the Lord. So this one is there. And then who acts as a particular painter does when he mixes different colors to transform them into a particular color. When one element mixes with another, number of its qualities increases. And then here starting from, for example, the sky is the cause of air. A sky has got only one quality, namely sound, but the interaction of the sky with the glance of the Lord mixed with eternal time and external nature, the air is produced. So sky is the cause, air is the effect. And then air contains the two qualities. So in that sequence, so the last element, it contains, that is the earth, which is of the main quality is the smell. That includes earth contains sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. It is a gradual. The previous element is the cause, later element is called the effect. This is sometimes it is mentioned sad asad. Sad is the cause, asad is the effect, which is manifested. Okay, so likewise, this gradual element of the Panchabhutas and also the Tadmatras. So here, later on Prabhupada describes also there are different mixtures of different materials, such as mixtures do not take place automatically, just as the mixture of colors does not take place without the touch of the painter. Again, this is the living consciousness. The automatic system is factually activated by the glancing touch of the Lord. Living consciousness is the final word in physical changes. So here, all the living entities, they have got their original forms. So either it is human beings, it doesn't matter whatever it is. All the living entities have got their spiritual identification. And they are a part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Word. And then currently at the moment it is covered by the avidya rachita swapna, avidya rachita. It is covered by these panchbhutas, all the, it is called mithya, maya. Maya is what is not. Ma is means na, it is not. Ya means this world. Maya means this world is not permanent. It is temporary. So here and further all these changes is happening within this material world, that is under the supervision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadviparivartate. So my objection of Prakriti, under the direction of Supreme Personality of Godhead, material nature Prakriti, it carry out the activities. Jagad Viparivartate, Hetunanena Kaunteya. So likewise, conclusion is that the physical elements may work very wonderfully to the layman's eyes, but their workings actually take place under the supervision of the Lord. Those who can mark only the changes of the physical elements and cannot perceive the hidden hands of the Lord behind them are certainly less intelligent persons, although they may be advertised as great material scientists. So here what we understand, every living entity has got their spiritual form. Everyone are as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in quality. But currently, we are all covered by the Mithya Ahankara, the false ego. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is not covered by the false ego. He is always situated. He is त्वं नित्यमुक्तपरिशुद्धविबुद्धात्मा कूटस्थादिपुरुषो भगवान् त्रिदीशः यद्बुद्धि अवसितम् अखण्डितया स्वदृष्ट्या द्रष्टास्तौ अधिमको व्यतिरिक्त आसे. So Dhruv Maharaj, he prays to the Lord, my dear Lord, you have, by your unbroken transcendental glance, you are the supreme witness of all stages of the intellectual activities. You are eternally liberated. Your existence is situated in pure goodness. Kotastadi Purusho Bhagwan Tradishaha. And further, your existence is situated in pure goodness and you are existent in the super soul without change. Without change. And you are the original personality of Godhead, full with 6 opulences. And you are eternally the master of the 3 modes of material nature. Thus, you are always different from the ordinary living entities. As Lord Vishnu, you maintain all the affairs of the entire universe, and yet you stand aloof and are the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. So there, Dhruv Maharaj describes the qualities of the Lord. Kotastha Adi Purusho Bhagwan Tradishaha. Kotastaha. So again, in the Krishna, he speaks in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The living entities, there are 2 kinds. One is the Kshara, Kshara, and another one is the Akshara. Kshara is the falling into the material world. Akshara is still in the spiritual world. They do not fall. They are infallible living entities. Okay, so here the Lord is always existing in the spiritual world, but every living entity who falls means who are covered by these material modes of nature and this panchabhutas and different conceptions just because of that Lord it over the material is just false ego. That is the source of all this existence. Okay, but living entities, when by their strength of devotional service, this subtle body and gross body, they will be digested in due course of time, and then they will again retain their original position. Sometimes some of the yogis they're being naked that I am not this body, so I wanted to be real as I am now. So likewise, they go in some that is, but what is the mood of it? So that is, I am now covered by the Prakriti. So I am not this body. So that is the mood, but still they are holding a body. But in due course of time, they will be retaining their position, the spiritual body. That is what their desire is. When we have got that desire in due course of time, Jariyati Yashya Kosham Nigirna Manalo Yatha देवानां गुणलिंगानां अनुश्रविककर्मणां सत्व एवैको मनसो वृत्तिः स्वाभाविकी त्वया अनिमित्ता भागवती गतिः सिद्धिर्घ्रियसि. So by executing the devotional service, this gross body, subtle body, they both will be digested. We will again come into our real constitutional position. Swarupena mayopetam pasyan swarajyam ruchyati. Swarupa is the spiritual body. We will get back. That's why we need to do Chetodarpanamarjanam Bhavdavagni Nirvapanam. Chetodarpanamarjanam by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following the regulative principles like that. Okay, staying with the devotees who are pure in their consciousness, in Krishna consciousness, and progressing. So that is the way to get back into our real position. Otherwise, in this material world, all these changes, the transformations taking place. Etat kshetram samasena savikaram budakrutam. Okay, we don't want to be changed at any point of time. That's why we wanted to get into our real position, to go back to Godhead, where there is प्रवर्तते यत्र रजस्तमस्तयोः सत्त्वं च मिश्रं न च कालविक्रमः न यत्र माया किमुता परेसुरा अनुरता यत्र सुरा असुरा अचिताः, where there is no time influence, no maya, no three material modes of nature, and eternal bodies, and rendering service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All are devotees, no need to hesitate to meet other people in the spiritual world. Okay, so that is our real position. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So here in this material world also, the hand of Lord is always present. The consciousness is always present. That is, living consciousness is the living final word in all physical changes. But whatever is appearing, that there is keep on changing, it is called mithya. And what is our consciousness position? We are the soul, which is not, which is eternal. That one has to come to that understanding and progress in that spiritual path. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura, and Prabhupada is explaining very nicely in the purport. So, Jyotisha Ambhaso Anusamsmrustam Vikurvad Brahma Vikshitam Mahim Ganda Gunam Adhat Kalamaya Amsha Yogataha. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Hayagriva, November 8th, 1970, Bombay. Okay, can I request any unallocated devotee to read this purport? Sorry, to this letter, please. Yes, Mataji, please go on.
My dear Hagriva, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 27 September. I am very pleased that you are opening a nice center in the important city of Pittsburgh. Please develop the Pittsburgh, a new Vrindavan plan conjointly. If Pittsburgh Center can help contribute financial to our new Vrindavan, that will help relieve many financial problems. I am often thinking of new Vrindavan, and I am so much glad that you have taken the initiative to establish that program before I came to your country. I was thinking to establish an ideal Vedic community, so please work very hard to make New Vrindavan grow. I will agree with you that we must not strain by having more devotees there than we can fit comfortably. Things must be done in such a way that no one feels inconvenience. That is one of the problems of our modern metropolis. Everyone is packed together so tightly that the condition is always unbearable. Develop things in New Vrindavan in the natural way so that gradually, as you have more facilities, more men can come so far as publishing the property and schoolhouse owned by Mr. Qualified. That is very nice proposal. So I propose that if you can collect $15,000, then I will loan you the remaining $5,000 from my book fund. Your essay, The Spiritual Master, Emissary of the Supreme Person, is so nice. So why not have ISKCON Press publish it, and then all our students can study it. Here I am working in Bombay to establish one Krishna consciousness headquarter for India. There are many big influentially industrialist in Bombay, and the climate is very nice. So it Krishna's desire. We will have a temple here. If I get such a nice temple, I may call all the men who are in India to come here, and all the time you may come also. And and at that time you may come also. But presently, Hansiduta, Achyutanda Swami, Jayapataka Swami, Madhu, Madhusiva Swami, and some other are in Kolkata. Kirtinanda Swami is with Ramananda and Gokurpur and Gurudasa and Yamuna with some other devotee are in Delhi. So everyone here is trying to establish a temple, and we will see where Krishna wants us to have it. Please offer my blessing to your good wife Samyadasi and your growing boy Samba. And I can hardly wait until he grows big enough to defeat all the Mayavadis. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Like so Prabhupada is mentioning to Hayagriva Prabhuji, saying that he was very pleased that he's opening center in Pittsburgh. And then he's saying that make this Pittsburgh as new Vrindavan, and conjointly, just it's mentioning, and then so he said he was always thinking about about new Vrindavan, and he has taken this initiative to establish program over there. So and then Prabhupada wants before he went to the country America, he wants to establish Vedic wisdom over there, and then and Prabhupada was saying that you are working very hard on that, so he is very pleased about that Vedic community. Yeah, so Prabhupada wants to establish Vedic community before he came to that country. So and Hayakrita Prabhuji is working hard, so he's very pleased and about that. And and Prabhupada is saying that there was more devotee if there is not fit in the temple, if they are not comfortable there, so we shouldn't have to do that. Yeah. And then Prabhupada is saying that we have to do the work as nobody will feel uncomfortable or inconvenience. So this was he's just mentioning there. And then Prabhupada also said that he likes the essay which he has written about spiritual master, and he just want to publish that this essay to the ISKCON press, and then that other student can also read that as well. So and then Prabhupada is saying that he is working in Bombay to to Krishna consciousness, to make temple, and there is many other devotee given the name, they are also working hard, and then he wants that what Krishna is, then where we can make the temple. So yeah, he just waiting that what Krishna's plan, and where we can make the temple. So everybody is working hard in India to get center our temple. And then he's just given blessing to his wife as well, and then he's saying that he cannot wait his son to be big enough so he can defeat the Mayavadi. So yeah, that's something Prabhupada has mentioned here as well. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely summarized this letter. So this is a very beautiful point striking. So please raise your boy Sambha. I can hardly wait until he grows big enough to defeat all the Mayavadis. Very nice. Encouraging Haripriya Prabhuji to raise the child in Krishna consciousness. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Any other comments from this letter? Okay, so
Only one comment, Prabhu,
yes, Prabhuji.
which I was not clear about. So, Srila Prabhupada, because I used to think that each center, uh, he wanted it to run financially on their own. But here he's saying about the loan that one center can give to the other. So this is something that I learned today for the first time, because earlier I was thinking that each center will have to be run financially on their own merit. But here he is saying that it is okay to give a loan. Of course, they have to run on their own merit, but if the situation is really difficult, then maybe it's okay to give a loan. Uh, so that's a new learning. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes. So, and once again, they are financially well, then they can pay back the loan. And when they cannot pay back the loan, do not stress them too much. Do not press them. So, but we'll keep it going on. But main thing is Krishna consciousness is spreading or not. Prabhupada has mentioned in previous letters as well, like that. If they're not able to distribute books, that is essence. If they're not able to pay money, and if you're able to cope up, then that is all right. Don't press for the sake of money.
Yes, Prabhu. Because I was in New Mayapur in the last few days in France, and they are doing an amazing job, but they have a lot of financial difficulty because for many years, it was a very important center when Srila Prabhupada he himself inaugurated the deities there, Balaram Krishna deity, but and there used to be 300 devotees when he was there, but then with time the devotees moved to other places, and then there were only 20 devotees who were this thing, and they couldn't maintain it. But now for the last 5 6 years they are trying to again do a lot of work to get that center. And yeah, so they had to gone through the financial difficulties, so that's why this point sort of resonated with me a lot. So, but it's an amazing place, Prabhu. I would definitely recommend everyone if they get a chance to visit New Mayapur in France. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, wherever it is needed, so we have to help financially if we are able to cope up. So again, we do not ask them in return. So that is the essential point Prabhupada has mentioned. So that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Thursday evening at 8 p.m. We have got Krishna book reading. So we got new devotees. Just I try to engage those devotees. Hemal Prabhuji, he is from the Bhagavad Gita as it is group, where Shyam Prabhuji is maintaining 120 neophyte devotees. To be honest, they are trying to hear the Krishna Katha and just getting used to see the pictures of the deities day to day basis and read the messages. But when they are attending, there are very few people attending in the Krishna book session. So if we just engage those people there, allocating themselves, and then they may take further initiative for that particular group to establish other activities. Okay, so likewise, it's a starting point. While Shyam Prabhuji is away, trying to engage them, asking them to host the session, facilitate the session. But anyway, our devotees are there to help in case wherever they need help. This is my update. That event is today at 8 o'clock, Krishna book reading by Hemal Prabhu. Okay, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further chapter.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. There was some today, like 7 to 9, I forget the Prabhuji's name. Somebody from America came, but they're giving the class so how to improve japa. So I thought, yes, 7 to 9 today.
I do not know, Mataji. If you could share those details in the WhatsApp group, that would be very nice.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I just forget the name. Okay.
That's
But,
all right.
it will be good, like improve japa.
Yes.
That's everybody wants.
There are all good instructions are always there, but whether our readiness is there or not, that is very important. Am I ready to take those instructions to improve my japa? Then, if I am ready, I do not need any instructions from anyone. I can do by myself. It is just only in our hands. But always someone try to come and help us. But readiness in our heart, it must be checked first.
Yeah. Is that is true as well. Yes, but it's something sometimes if they give instruction, it might be we can take it into account.
Yeah.
So maybe it helps or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say always important that if we are taking that instruction very seriously, then yeah, it helps.
Thank you, Mataji, for kindly sharing that one. It is always auspicious to hear devotees speaking and getting inspiration words. Okay, so that is from the updates perspective. We shall conclude now. पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च परितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटिवैष्णववृन्द की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण कंसल्ट